BUGSTORM. Damned Heroes didn't crawl out of some Hollywood studio. This is guerrilla filmmaking, raw, unfiltered, and fueled by pure, chaotic energy. Born from a fever dream and way too much caffeine, BUGSTORM is a middle finger to polished sci-fi. It's a love letter to practical effects where blood splatters are real and alien guts spill. For those who like their action explosive, their humor dark, and their heroes damned. A wild ride through a galaxy infested with bugs, bad decisions, and firepower. BUGSTORM doesn't whisper, it screams in your face with a megaphone. From the very first scene, you're thrust into a world where the stakes are sky high and the tension is palpable. It's a sensory overload of adrenaline-pumping action sequences, heartbreaking gore, and dialogue that cuts through the chaos like a knife. We're here for the carnage, the visceral, unrelenting carnage that leaves no room for mercy or hesitation. We're here for the thrill of watching a ragtag group of space marines band together against insurmountable odds. This is BUGSTORM, damn heroes, and things are about to get real messy. Prepare yourself for a journey into the heart of darkness. The camera sweeps across a bleak landscape, a graveyard of twisted metal and broken dreams. This is Fort Bastard, a Mars station that truly lives up to its name. Rusty spaceships lie scattered like discarded beer cans. Flickering neon signs cast an eerie glow. A half-naked soldier stumbles, clutching a bottle. Groans of broken machinery and a faint, distorted military hymn. Welcome to the arse end of the galaxy, where even the air smells like defeat. "30 newbies stand at attention, their uniforms spotless, their faces a mix of bravado and pure fear. Each one of them is acutely aware of the journey that lies ahead, a journey that will test their limits and redefine their very essence. They are the newest recruits of the Space Force and are about to get a crash course in interstellar warfare. The training is rigorous, designed to weed out the weak and forge the strong into warriors capable of defending humanity against extraterrestrial threats. Some sway, their faces pale as ghosts. The weight of their new reality is almost too much to bear, and the fear is palpable in the air. Others throw up, unable to bear the sight of the carnage around them. The battlefield is a brutal teacher, and its lessons are harsh and unforgiving. One recruit, barely old enough to shave, nervously adjusts his helmet, his eyes wide with a fear bordering on awe. He knows that every decision he makes from this point on could mean the difference between life and death. They've heard the stories, of course, whispered rumors of unimaginable horrors and monstrous creatures. These tales have circulated through the ranks, growing more terrifying with each retelling. Now, at the front lines, the reality of their situation hits them like a punch in the gut. The stories were not just tales to scare them. They were warnings of the brutal reality they now face. The recruits must now confront their fears head-on as the true test of their courage begins. The sergeant's lovely speech. Sergeant McClintock, a tough old soldier with a face that could curdle milk. He walks with a noticeable limp. "Welcome to the worst place in the galaxy." A nervous giggle goes through the ranks. "You think you're here to be heroes? Think again, but hey, at least you'll die in uniform." The scene starts with a sudden shift in perspective. Inside a dropship, a scared recruit looks out. The camera shakes as the ship navigates through the gloom. Outside, the desolate landscape of Theta 6 rushes towards them. Cracks spread across the viewport as the dropship crash lands. The sound of metal scraping against rock fills the air. Red warning lights cast an eerie glow on the terrified recruits. The dropship door hisses open, revealing a nightmare beyond their wildest fears. A tidal wave of chitinous bodies, thousands upon thousands of screeching, crawling bugs rushes towards them. The air crackles with an alien energy, a primal hum that vibrates in their chests. "Move, move, move!" The recruits, fueled by a potent cocktail of terror and adrenaline, climb out of the dropship and into the heart of the maelstrom. The first wave of soldiers doesn't stand a chance. Razor-sharp mandibles rip through flesh and bone. Acidic blood splashes onto visors, blinding them. The camera focuses on Private Kowalski, his eyes wide with terror. The camera pans away, but the screams tell the story. Over the radio, McClintock's voice is a desperate yell.
Fire! Fire! Kill those bastards!
Laser beams light up the chaotic scene, but it's not enough. They're hopelessly outnumbered. The recruits fire blindly into the swarm. Amidst the chaos, the camera captures a darkly humorous moment. Lucky Ramirez stumbles and trips over something in the dust. He falls hard on his back. It's a severed arm clutching a plasma gun. He stares in disbelief, then jumps up, dropping the arm. His voice is shaky over the radio. Sergeant, I need new pants. Static is his only reply. The remnants of the squad huddle behind a crumbling barricade, a meager defense against the relentless onslaught of the alien insects. Empty ammunition shells lie scattered on the blood-soaked ground, a testament to their futile attempts to stem the tide. McClintock, his face smeared with sweat and alien blood, checks his weapon only to hear the telltale click of an empty magazine.
Crap! Out of ammo! Fall back! Fall back!
His words are met with a mixture of relief and terror. Retreat, as dangerous as it may be, is still better than being ripped to shreds by these monstrous creatures. They stumble back to the colony's ruins, the ground littered with the bodies of their fallen comrades. Lucky, still shaken from his earlier encounter with the severed arm, stumbles and falls, his face landing just inches from a pulsating mass of insect legs. He crawls back, gagging, while Boom Boom, his helmet askew, unleashes a barrage of fire from his heavy plasma cannon, incinerating the bugs in a satisfyingly gruesome pyrotechnic display. Yeah, you ugly bastards. Come and get some. McClintock, ever resourceful, grabs a discarded grenade launcher, a wild look in his eyes. Eat this, you oversized cockroaches, he yells, firing a grenade into the heart of the swarm. The explosion rocks the ground, sending bits of chitin and alien slime flying through the air. Private Jenkins, caught in the blast radius, screams in pain as shrapnel tears through his left buttock. McClintock, unfazed, pats him on the shoulder. Shake it off, Jenkins, or crawl, I don't care. As the dust settles, the camera catches a glimpse of something unexpected in the middle of the carnage. A tiny baby bug, no bigger than a hamster, locked in a furious battle with a Lego minifigure. It's a moment of absurd humor amidst the horror, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, life, in all its strange and wonderful forms, finds a way. The camera lingers on the scene for a moment, then pans away, as the sound of approaching landing ships fills the air. The ground shakes beneath their feet, a glimmer of hope in the heart of the storm. Above them, two giant mechs descend from the sky, their metal bodies gleaming under the alien sun. The remaining soldiers cheer, a brief flicker of relief on their blood-stained faces. About time, yells Boom Boom, firing a triumphant shot from his plasma cannon. The cavalry's here, boys! Time to fight back! Their cheers are short-lived. One mech, caught off guard by a wave of bugs, is immediately swarmed. Thousands of chitinous bodies drawn to the heat of its engines engulf it like a tidal wave. The second mech, whose pilot is clearly panicked, starts firing wildly, spraying the battlefield with a deadly hail of laser fire. The camera cuts between the terrified faces of the soldiers as they duck and dodge, trying not to get mowed down by their own reinforcements. "Cease fire! Cease fire!" McClintock yells into his radio, but his words are lost in the roar of the mech's cannons. The air is thick with the smell of burnt flesh and ozone, a grim testament to the mech's indiscriminate rampage. Lucky dives for cover behind a pile of rubble, narrowly avoiding a stray laser blast. High above the battlefield, aboard a sleek command ship, Captain Nova Reeve watches the carnage unfold on a bank of monitors. The screens flicker with images of explosions, soldiers fighting valiantly, and the relentless advance of alien creatures. Her face, framed by a severe military haircut, is a mask of cold calculation. Her eyes, sharp and unyielding, scan the data streaming in, processing every detail with precision. She types a command on her console, her fingers moving swiftly and confidently over the keys. The console lights up, responding to her touch with a series of beeps and flashes. "This is Nova Command," she says into her headset, her voice calm and steady despite the chaos below. "Evacuate all surviving personnel, leave the rest behind." Think they'll miss this? Just get to the darn dropship, boom boom. The air crackles with the energy of 1,000 dying suns. Smoke and dust darken the battlefield. The surviving soldiers have retreated into a damaged warehouse, but for McClintock, retreat holds no appeal. He stands alone, facing an army of darkness. His ammo gone, he swings a plasma blade with fury, each swing a dance of death. Bugs fall around him, their blood staining the ground. He fights knowing this is his last stand. The camera circles him, capturing the raw intensity of his fight. Sweat and alien blood stream down his face, a warrior's mask of grim determination. He doesn't yell, doesn't hesitate. There's no time for fear, only the cold, hard focus on survival. A monstrous bug, its mandibles dripping with venom, charges towards him. McClintock meets its attack head-on, driving his blade upwards into its gaping maw. The creature screeches, a soul-chilling sound as its lifeblood sprays onto the ground. But even as it falls, a dozen more take its place, their eyes burning with cold alien hunger. Suddenly the chaos dies down, the air thick with anticipation. The music swells, a dramatic, almost comically heroic score, clashing violently with the gruesome reality of the scene. Time seems to slow as McClintock leaps onto the back of an attacking bug with almost balletic grace. He plunges his blade deep into its exoskeleton, holding on tight as the creature thrashes wildly, trying to shake him off. He's a man riding a tidal wave of teeth and claws, a fleeting speck of defiance against the overwhelming power of the swarm. But even heroes fall. The camera pans out, revealing the true scale of the situation. Dozens of bugs pile onto McClintock, their mandibles snapping at his heels. He fights like a demon, his laughter echoing through the ruined warehouse. "Come on, you bastards!" he yells, his voice hoarse. "Is that all you got?" The camera lingers on his face, then he disappears under a wave of chitinous bodies. For a moment there is silence, broken only by the hiss of cooling plasma. Then a low, chilling chuckle echoes from the heart of the swarm. They have won at a terrible cost. BUGSTORM, Damn Heroes obliterates traditional sci-fi with a plasma cannon and maniacal laughter amidst the wreckage. It's not for the faint of heart, but a visceral, adrenaline-fueled descent into darkness, where survival is measured in nanoseconds and heroism is a punchline, delivered with a blood-splattered grin. It revels in its own absurdity and embraces over-the-top violence and dark humor with abandon. BUGSTORM is a film about friendship, resilience, and the bonds formed in the crucible of war. It shows how soldiers find humor, hope, and strength in the darkest of times. BUGSTORM leaves you feeling uplifted and like you've witnessed something truly special. It showcases the enduring power and impact of independent filmmaking.